Hello people. So yeah, I've had a few thoughts today about some things. Now I've pushed the record button, I've forgotten what I was going to say, but yeah. What can I say? Well, let's talk about quickly why I decided to become a Jehovah's Witness. And that was because we had a lot going on. Marie's nan died, who was basically like our mum. I was with her when it happened. I was with her mum, with her nan when she died. I'd lost my cousin, who I saw as a big brother. He was 9 months older than me. Marie's dad died. Her biological father died. Although 2 years ago now she's lost her stepdad. So we've been through some bits. We were in a rough area. We were doing all right in our house until the family moved in, put a caravan in the garden, and you had every other bloke coming in and out of there, drugs, stolen motorbikes being ridden up and down. They started kicking on the door. We had a small child. Ring the police. Police would say, "Are they still there?" No, there's nothing we can do, even though they've urinated up the door. You think there's some evidence there? They'd kick on the door and shout things until I went out into the garden with a sword, and then they said, "Oh, he's got a sword," and they all ran off. It stopped for a little while, and then it started again. Kick in the door, full pelt, like riot police would kick in a door. Not good. Now I must have been about 19 at the time. Then someone threw a screwdriver at the window early in the morning when Marie was getting sorting some paperwork out. It scared the hell out of her. Within a week we'd moved to a tiny little house. We have 4 children in that little house. Things were hard. Life's hard when you know, it's just the way it is, you know. I could have been the sort of person I could have easily gone to college, worked my way up, gone to university, done all these things, and had money. But to me, time is more important than anything else. Right. Yeah.
Have I done it right?
That's so neat. That is so neat. Can you go and write down now what you need to do? Yeah.
Okay.
Good girl. So. I like to work. I do like to work. I love working. It makes me happy. I love driving around, you know, picking up materials and doing jobs and whatever. But most of all, I love being with my family and being at home. And time is the most valuable thing. My dad worked a lot and worked hard, and basically I only got to see him in the evenings. And then it was a few minutes before it was all over. So yeah. Working. I'm not. You know, I think you should work for what you have. What, you know, if you're on benefits, you're on benefits. Take what you can from the government, because I believe if it was me, what I would love more than anything in the world would be to have my own land, collect my own water, grow my own, have my own animals, vegetables, fruit, and just live. And that would be my life, living, being with my family, preparing things, you know, and things like that would be fantastic. But because of the government, I cannot be free as I would like to be. So because of all the rules and regulations, so we get help. We do get a bit of money, a bit of help. So yeah, and I don't feel bad about that. Although I do, but that's how I make myself feel better. I can't be who I want to be on this planet because of those people. So if they're going to give me a bit of money, I'll have it. Yeah, that's very good. Keep going. Fill that up. Anyway, so this is all. We're in a little house. moved to another house. It's still a rough area. We've both had bad upbringings, me and Marie, and we're just nice people. We've been through a lot, kind to everyone, everything's all right. But all our friends were into drugs a bit too much and taking advantage of us, my driving, because they didn't. Still lived with their parents, didn't want to have kids, didn't want to move on. They were still going clubbing, and I just couldn't see the point in them, what they were doing. I mean, you can have fun, but then you can have I just don't understand why people do it. Anyway, that's just me. That's my thoughts on that. And I'm just thinking, is this all there is to life, you know? And then my friend come round. He'd been studying with Seventh-day Adventists. And I was shocked that my friend had said this, because he'd actually kidnapped someone, and he was quite a rough lad. He's my oldest friend, and he'd just go around punching people at school if you didn't like him, just wallop him in the head. It was a bit rough. Anyway, he told me he'd been having Bible study, so of course I was shocked. Like, Bible, what? I had a belief in God, but didn't really know what to think. I also believed in evolution in a way, but I never looked it up. And he said, evolution's not real, look it up. I had an experience with a medium and made me look into it. I'm now studying with Seventh-day Adventists, and that's what got us looking into the Bible. Church of England for about a year, and within that year we'd been contacted, been talked to by Marie's half-sister, who basically told me, I've been reading the Bible a lot. And the funny thing is, before I was a witness, I read the Bible so much. And when I became a witness, that stopped. They encourage daily Bible reading, but you're so busy with the rest of the other things, all the other aspects of it, that you just don't really read it. And of course you've got the guide to help you learn, but they're not actually helping you learn. They're bullshitting you. So this is this and this is this, you know. I mean, to shun. You know, I thought shunning was all right, but thinking about it now, I've left, and you think, what an idiot. What scripture is there to say we should shun people? Would Jesus have ever shunned anyone? Of course not. It's rubbish. Anyway, so we studied. We thought it was great. There was these people who seemed nice, and then as time went on, we learned that obviously they're not. And people aren't perfect either way. People aren't perfect. But obviously we went through what we went through, and we've left. 10 years of doing it. I'm not really interested in. I still think what's going to happen next and things like that, but I'm a bit more forget about the Bible at the moment. Someone posted a thing about Einstein on one of the Facebook JW groups, and it was about Einstein when he'd go to these universities and colleges, and the question they'd always ask him was, do you believe in God? There's lots of quotes to prove that Einstein believed in a creator, yes. But there was an interesting quote on this post that he said about some philosopher. I don't know if he was a Greek philosopher or something. Some philosopher from history. And he said, he's my God. An interesting answer. And then they had all these quotes. And it was fantastic. It was just, you know, it was the way I'd view a creator to be. I've created the earth. Here it is for you. You've got everything you need. Everything reproduces. Look after it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the weather. Do what you want. Just be free. And you know, it's a gift. I built it. Enjoy it. And it said in there, stop building these little temples and cold buildings and doing all this stuff. And it was so good. And I thought, yeah, it's exactly right. You know, why on earth would you spend that much time? Well, I know what we all know, ex-JWs, we all know why we do it, why we've done it, and been part of that disgusting thing that is the JW Borg and those dirty old men, the drunkards, tight pants Tony with his whiskey, little maggot man, and a few of the other. I'm not even going to speak about some of the other stuff about the other body. You all know the stories, and the proof, the irrefutable proof of what they've said and what they do. What was I saying? So what's our track? Come on. Yeah, so you're a Jehovah's Witness and you go every Sunday and you waste time. You're wasting time. Your family, your kids, you're making them sit there and learn false things, and you're not allowed to learn the truth because of information control and blah de blah. And it it winds me right up. Let's pull these curtains to try and get rid of the sun. So it's a waste of time. And now we've left, and it's like last night. The post I posted this morning, but I'd filmed last night. All we did was go for a meal. We'd never go for a meal like that. We seem to have more money now we've left. And I'm just enjoying myself. It's amazing how free you feel. There's no conscious thing. There's no, oh, I can't do that. Every time you think of something or want to do something, there's no, can I, can't I, should I, or I shouldn't be doing this. It's just, I can do it. And you be who you want, wear what you want, do what you want, without pissing people off, obviously. And it's just, I feel so, you just feel so free, so free. It's amazing. And that's it, really. It's just strange how you do little things. You think, going to the car boot sale. We never used to do that. The kids love it. They're so much happier. They are so much happier. I think the only stress and depression is it's just thinking about what's happened, and obviously having people shun you in the street. I mean, it's not nice, but as time's going on, it's going to get easier. But there we go. Yeah, I mean, how many more of you have left as XJWs? You've struggled. Obviously, it's a struggle. And I've got my family to be with, and they're my company to spend time with and talk to and share things with. But I feel sorry for anyone who hasn't got that, and some people have been through a lot more worse than we have. I just can't understand. What a horrible world it is when it's just greed and riches rule, really. And the good people don't stand up for what's right because they don't want the hassle. They're peaceful. It's as simple as that, isn't it? You just get on. The town I'm in, they're going to be building 2,500 to 4,000 homes soon. They've just started digging up the fields in our area. We moved here. It's nice. You drive around, you see the fields. It's fantastic. It's lovely. All of a sudden, these fields are all dug over. People are struggling for doctors, dentists, and schools at the moment where we are, and they're building these houses. And you imagine the thousands of people are going to be here, and there's already traffic problems. And there's one road through the town and a bypass, and it's going to be clogged up. People are going to be stressed out. They're only going to build 2 small schools for these thousands of families, and I just can't. And you think, why the hell are you doing this? There's so many empty houses all over the UK, and people can't live in them for this reason or that reason. Or there's people who own 2 homes. I mean, I remember cleaning, when I worked with a window cleaner, we used to go and clean homes, holiday homes. And I'd just think, this house, they use it once, 1 week a year, Christmas week. That's it. And there's people like that, and there's people on the streets. There's good families on the streets. And you think, why on earth in a righteous world would someone have or need that property there, sat there when someone's struggling? If you've worked for it, you've earned it. Yes, you have it. You've worked for it. You're entitled to your own house. I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it myself. We're in a 3-bedroom house, very small. There's 6 of us, 1 toilet in the bathroom. It's difficult. It's very small. It's hard to find space. I'm actually about to, in the next few weeks I'm going to be boarding the loft out and putting storage up in the loft for things that I may need to go up there regularly to get, because our house is so small. The garden is very long though. We do have a big garden, and we could always move, but that's just more cost. The cost is unreal. And do you know what? The house we're in is the same size as the one 2 doors up, and the old bloke there, he lived there, he grew up there with 10 of his family in that house, 10 people in a 3-bedroom house. And back then they didn't have hot water and things like that. They didn't have Tesco, and they survived, and he's a happy old bloke. So yeah, good not to be a Jehovah's Witness. Isn't it good not to be a Jehovah's Witness, Elizabeth? Yeah. This is Lizzie's schoolwork she's just done. About Hunt Stanton.
I like the duck shop.
You like the what shop?
The duck shop.
The duck shop.
The shop with the duck in it, the Indian one.
Oh, there's a shop. There's a little hippie type shop, and they've got a rescue duck, haven't they? And it runs around everywhere, taking the labels over everything. It's hilarious, isn't it? The little duck. It's a little mallard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it run up and down and take all the prices off the items? Yeah. Knock things over?
Yep.
That's a cool shop, isn't it? You like seeing the duck, don't you? Why are you closing your eyes? Do you need to go to Specsavers?
No, it's too bright.
It's too bright.
Why did you pick the brightest spot?
Poor old Lizzie's had high ketones this morning, 0.7. We've had to keep an eye on it. Obviously, she might need to go to hospital and be put on a drip if it got any worse. Basically, a risk of DKA, blood poisoning or whatever. But she's now gone from 0.7 to 0.1 through drinking enough. And your blood's still quite high, isn't it? It's still very high, so we need to get that down. Lots of insulin in the right places of your body so it gets through into you, yeah? And do some exercise, don't we? You done your schoolwork?
Yeah.
We'll pick up Mum and do something.
Can we go to the park?
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What about a bike ride?
Say, we're free!
We're free!
Look at the camera and say it, go.
We're free!
No, how happy. Think about how happy you are. We don't have to go to the Kingdom Hall now. Now say how you feel.
Free!
This is bear.
But can we go for a bike ride?
No, you want to go for a bike ride? Maybe not, darling, because I've got lots of things to do. Jack needs new in the tube, and I've got to sort clothes bike out of me. And Mum wants to sort the garden out, and we've got this to do and that to do. At least we ain't got no Bible studying to do, because everything else is going to be put aside for the Bible study. Otherwise you get told off for not highlighting the words in the watchtower or answering up, because you see, those who answer up are the most spiritual. They're the best ones. They're closer to Jehovah. I mean, the paedophile at the Kingdom Hall that's still there, he is closer to God than I am. Just think about that. If you're a paedophile, you like that sort of thing, hey, you can be closer to God. Join JW.
Come on, let's get downstairs.
Go to JW.org and get a free Bible study. Free. Until they start asking for money because, oh, we undercalculated and oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Shut up. It's funny, isn't it? Because there was a scripture. They say who doesn't. There's a scripture about who doesn't plan ahead before they go and do something. Man, are you joking? They built the big hall at Hellaby. When they built the big hall there, they made a big boo-boo, and they had to send off loads of lands to make bucks more, so they could carry on building. Well, they followed the scripture there, didn't they? And that happens time and time and time again. Whilst they still waste money on expensive hoovers and stupid things and don't listen to anyone and whatever. I don't care. It's all done. I'm free. I'm going to pick my wife up and then we're going to have a cool free day. And then I've got some work tomorrow and Marie's finished her work today and it was all good. I hope you are all well. I hope if any of you want to talk to us or Marie, well, probably more Marie because she's more a people person and I upset people sometimes and whatever. Just message us if you're lonely. Or any other XJW, try and make a friend on there and just chat to them. We've all been in the same boat. Even if we've come out lightly, not much happened, it all hurts. And we all feel the same. We're all in the same boat, really. So I hope you're all good. I'm off now. Probably do a video with Marie soon. Take care.